I'm Frank.
And Anthony.
And we're with Rodeo Rewind. And today, what are we talking about, Anthony?
The first thing on the docket for today is who we are ranking high in NFR for each event.
I mean, it's clearly NFR time, right? The Christmas tree's
Yeah,
up. We're going up. We're not done. But, I mean, that could only mean one thing, is that the first week of December
Cowboy Christmas
is right here. So we're excited. What else are we talking about?
So the next thing that we're going to talk about after, in the middle of our rankings, we're going to talk about some retiring athletes and some moments that we remember from them.
Yeah.
And then the last thing?
Oh, we're gonna try and do the watch party again this year, not?
And so let's get into it.
Let's go.
I'm gonna start us off with the bareback riding. A lot of familiar names, very familiar names. So my third best performer in NFR that I think's gonna happen is Oren Larson. So Oren Larson, he's currently in 6th place. Think he'll move up 1-2 places maybe. You'll know he'll be healthy. He's always pretty much healthy, so he's one of those guys who can get a decent ride for 10 nights straight. My second person, Leighton Berry. He made NFR last year, did pretty good last year. So I think he will move up 1 or 2 places. He is currently in 5th. And then my first place, this might shock you, Rocker Steiner. He was excellent in NFR last year. Just excellent performer. He is one of those guys who can get great rides for 10 nights in a row. He'll move up 2, maybe 3 places. He's currently in 7th place, so probably around 4 by the end of NFR. So, Dad, what do you think about that?
Well, Anthony, great picks that you had there. I'm a little different than you, I think. Not a ton. My third is going to be who sits 5th currently, Leighton Berry. I just think he's going to move up. My number 2 is going to be Keenan Hayes. I think all he did is just win and win and win and win all year long. It was amazing. And then I think Clayton Bigelow is going to win what we see over the 10 nights. So that's where I
am. We're going to move on to the steer wrestling. So in the steer wrestling, my third has to be the 7th place right here, Dakota Eldridge. He's in 7th right now. Think he'll probably end the year 6th or 5th. Not a whole lot of movement in steer wrestling. 5th or 6th for him. He can get a good time for most of the 10 nights. And so my second pick has to be the 4th ranked guy, Will Loomis. And I think he'll move up 1 spot, probably end 3rd. My first pick, who I think is going to do the best over the next 10 days in the steer wrestling, he's got to be the 3rd ranked guy, Tyler Wagaspek. He's been absolutely phenomenal in the past seasons and did during NFR for the past a long time. And I think he might finish 1st even, knocking down the next 2 people.
All right, so it's my turn to talk about steer wrestling. Anthony always picks better than me. I am going to go with number 3, Will Loomis. I like Will Loomis a lot. I think he's going to move up 1. I think Dalton Macy is going to win for the year. I think he's just so far ahead, but he's going to be my number 2 at NFR. All right? I just think he has so much money. But my number 1 is going to be Jesse Brown. And I'm going to say that it's Jesse Brown. I think he's been really well at the end of the season. And also one of our first interviews, I think actually the first interview we did at a big rodeo. And that was at Cheyenne. So I'm pulling for Jesse on this one.
Alright, so this is me editing. I am interrupting your programming to tell you we lost my saddle bronc riding footage. So I'm just going to show you the graphic that I put together, so you'll know our picks. Now back to the show. On now, tie down roping. Time for some tie down roping. So, my third best person who I think is gonna be decent at NFR, third best at NFR, John Douche. He always seems to do good at NFR. I think he'll move up a whole lot, probably stagnate at 13th still. My second best, Shad Mayfield. He's currently actually in second. I've enjoyed watching him the past few years. At NFR, he's made the NFR past few years, multiple times. And it's been really fun to watch. And my first best, he always feeds off of that high pressure, high stakes. And I think it's going to be the 15-man, Tough Cooper. I think he will do good, extremely well. He always does at NFR in those really high-stakes rodeos, like Pendleton, like Cheyenne, like Calgary. All of those really high-pressure, high-stakes rodeos. And I think he'll be the best at NFR. Probably won't move up, maybe to 14th, but probably not a whole lot since he really didn't come into it in a good position. But I think he's going to do really well. Dad?
All right, tie-down roping. It's kind of a personal favorite of mine. I love tie-down roping. It's really good. And I am going to say my number 3 tie-down roper. Fun interview. Also, must have a tasty leg, cause a dog bit him in the boot. Or he has tasty boots. But I'm going to go with Mr. Tough Cooper. Good guy, good interview. He's going to finish third for 10 nights. Number 2. Haven Maged is going to be my number 2 for those 10 nights. And number 1, Shane Hanchy. That's who I have.
Alright, so we're going to take this special moment to honor some of the retiring people in the sport. So you want to go with the first name?
Yeah, our first name we're going to mention is J.B. Mooney. Great career in the PBR. Came over to the PRCA. Made national finals
once, won a night. Yeah. He overall had a pretty good career.
Great career.
Yeah, great career. He'll be in the Ring of Honor.
He'll be in the Ring of Honor.
If you don't know what the Ring of Honor is, it's basically a group of people, basically a Hall of Fame, but for PBR.
Yeah. Ty
Murray, J.W. Hart, names like that are in there. The next person, Casey Field. We actually had a conversation with him at our first
close to being
rodeo at Cheyenne. We were pretty close to getting an interview. He had to run to get on a re-ride.
Yeah.
And so
we might not get him. We might have blown that up.
Yeah.
Or maybe we'll make his Hall of Fame induction or something.
Next.
Our next one is someone else we've interviewed and met several times.
Yeah. All-time barrelman Flint Rasmussen.
Yep. Man in the can multiple times. PBR, great career. Super entertainer, funny, nice guy. Flint Rasmussen.
He entertained NFR for
a long time.
And so my next person, Cooper Davis, he had a good long career with the PBR.
Yep.
He was in the team series. He was in the Unleash the Beast tour. I don't know. Do you remember if he did PRCA ever?
I don't know. I would think he did some.
Yeah, probably.
Most of the guys did some in the summers.
Yeah, and then so he's had a long career. He's pretty much known for his color was blue. He wore a lot of blue, and he was great.
He was great.
Best of luck to all the retiring athletes. Now we're going to move on to some of the bovine athletes that are retiring. We only have 2. Do you want to go first?
Whoopah, right? Great career.
His retirement was declared in March of this year.
Yep.
And
great
career,
so yeah, I mean, amazing. Always a chance for
Yeti
a great
Bowl.
ride.
Yeti Bowl of the Year multiple times. He has the world record for highest scoring ride.
Yep.
Him and Jose, right? Or
I believe.
yeah, Jose, Vitor Leme. He and Whoopah have the longest ride. So, not the longest ride, highest scoring ride. The last athlete that's retiring wasn't as relevant as most bowls that we would be mentioning, talking about. But Big Black, he was a bull in the PBR.
Yep.
And he had like a 62% buck-off rate.
Pretty solid.
Over his career. I think like 100 outs. So, long career for a bull.
Yep.
And just, yeah.
What do you think? Is he going to take up golf?
Yeah. He was referred to as their owners, but as a big pet, he will be living out that dream in retirement.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Best of luck to all of the
Of
retiring athletes. So we're going to move on.
Yep.
I believe we have saddle bronc riding next. Saddle bronc riding is what we're doing next. So for my third pick in the saddle bronc riding, I have Ryder Wright. He is one of the Wright brothers. He's currently in 7th place. I believe he will probably go up to 6th place after NFR. And I think he'll be the 3rd best performer in the saddle bronc riding in those 10 days. Just because he's shown that he can be a really great saddle bronc rider. And then my second place person, who I think will be the 2nd best over these 10 nights, is Lefty Holman. He is ranked 14th currently. I think he'll probably move up to anywhere in the top 11, probably. We talked to him in Cheyenne. If you haven't seen that video already, go check it out. He is a great guy to talk to. He is a great rider and just really amazing person, amazing athlete. My top performer, back in the top 10, Stetson Wright. He's great. He's probably going to win the all-around this year. And so he's ranked 1st. I think he'll stay in that position. He's been great. He's won the all-around ever since the last year Trevor did, right? I think that's it. And so he's been great over those past however many years he's been doing this. He's also in the bull riding. He's in multiple events. And yeah, that's my top 3 for saddle bronc riding.
All right. Well, saddle bronc. Anthony, picked all the best ones. But mine's pretty simple. Cut and dry. I don't have a lot of movement happening. I am excited though. I'm going right down the line. My 3rd person is going to be Zeke Thurston. He's 4th right now. He's going to move up to 3rd. Sage Newman is going to be 2nd, and Stetson Wright. It's that simple for me.
So now it's time for the breakaway roping. So breakaway roping is one of the newer sports in rodeo. We don't know a bunch about breakaway roping. we try to figure out some stuff, but yeah, we're not the top source for breakaway roping, so just know that when considering our top 3. So my third for breakaway roping, from what I read, was the first place person. I do not know how to pronounce their name. I think it's Shelby Boyzonjoli, I think. But from what I read about her, she's been competing for a little bit now, and she's a great person to pick. And then my second place person is the person in 4th right now, Sarah Angeloni. Her and I believe her sister are 4th and 3rd. I read about them. They're good. Both of them are pretty good. I picked her because of some of her runs that I've seen and everything. And then my second place person is my first place person is the person in second place, and that is Hallie Williams. I saw that she did a little masterclass thing about ranching and roping with one of the team ropers that we'll mention later on in the video. And so yeah, I think that's breakaway roping for me. On to you.
All right, so breakaway roping. Anthony said we don't know a lot about breakaway roping, except I just think it's super exciting. It's super fast. I think it is going to be I think it's just going to keep growing in popularity, and I love watching it. All right, here it is. Probably pretty cut and dry. I kind of wish that Martha and Sarah could both be in the top 3. I don't know. Maybe they could. That would be pretty excellent. Make the holidays awesome for them. But I'm going with Sarah in number 3, in the 3rd spot. And then I'm going with Shelby Boyzonjoli in 2nd. And I'm going with Haley Williams in the number 1 slot. So I don't know how different I am from Anthony, but that's where I am on it, on breakaway roping.
So moving on to the team roping, these pairs, we will not be saying their place because they are not in winnings order. So I just took them off of the PRCA website when making this list. However they were listed there, I don't know. I just took them and placed them on the list. So my third pick for the team roping is Coleman Proctor and Logan Medlin. I think that pair will do amazing in the 10 days that is NFR. And I believe that they'll be the 3rd best team. And then my second best team in the team roping this year, Caleb Driggers and Junior Noguera. They have done some great humanitarian things as a team. So I have them they've done great in team roping in the past. So I have them in 2nd for these 10 nights. And my first best team in the team roping, Andrew Ward and Buddy Hawkins. So they have been amazing as a pair in years past. And I think they've done amazing this year. And they'll done amazing in NFR. I think they've both won that event before. So, yeah, that's my top 3 for the team roping.
Alrighty, so team roping. It's always up in the air. I have a pretty I kind of go for the classics. You know, the guys that I've seen the most. Coming in third, it's going to be I have Marcus Theriot and Cole Curry in third, just for the 10 nights. And then I have Coleman Proctor and Logan Medlin in second. And I just feel that this year, I think that it's going to be Tanner Tomlinson and Patrick Smith in that first spot. So that's kind of where I am on that. Let's see if it can happen, and we'll go from there. So, Anthony, again this year, you got some big news. It was a big race last year to try and make this happen.
Yeah.
However, I am predicting we will be 3 times the number of subscribers as we were last year at this time. You want to tell folks what we're going to be doing?
So this year we will be live streaming a watch party for performance 8 and 9. That is December 8th and 9th. So we will be live streaming that. Last year we did 9 and 10. This year we will be doing 8 and 9. Okay. So do you want to say a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so we won't be able to, you won't be, we'll be on YouTube. We'll be watching it. We won't be showing our stream of us watching it. The goal is that you're watching it at home, we're watching it at home, and then we have a chance to do some visiting back and forth. And who knows, maybe we could have a guest or two with us, but not positive about that. But we're just going to try and do it again, not promising we'll be on the whole time.
Right.
It was hard work last year. That was way different than doing a couple minutes of interview.
Oh yeah, so last year we were in a race to get this done. So YouTube's to stream on a computer or an iPhone, you need 50 subscribers, or that was the case last year at this time, and we had about 25 maybe.
We did. We grew quick.
And we doubled in size that day, the 9th of December, to do this. And we've added about 100 more since then. So it's been a great journey, and we hope you'll continue with us.
I think we're on our way. Good things are happening, so.
So, we had that announcement about the live stream. We hope you'll join us there. But now we're going on to the barrel racing. So, my top 3 for barrel racing. The third pick for barrel racing for me currently is, for just these 10 nights, is Lisa Lockhart. She has done great in the past. She's in 5th right now. I project her to move up to 4th. And then that top 3 is going to be hard to break into. But I think she'll move up to 4th. My second performer is actually the first place person, Brittany Positanosi. She has done great, the second person in those 10 days. My first person, probably a lot of people might have had her, might have not. Haley Kinsel finished 13th in the regular season. She last year actually had a horse, finally got to its winning 10 nights, like every single performance over its lifetime. So it has won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 over its career. So she is probably gonna, she's one of those people who all of her horses are really amazing, and she can win a bunch of those nights. So I'm gonna say she's probably gonna break into the top 10. I'm not going to say more than that because I can't really predict more than that, but I'm going to say break into the top 10 for her. Haley Kinsel.
Alrighty, so my top 3 for the 10 nights of the National Finals Rodeo in barrel racing, coming in at number 3, Jordan Briggs. Got Jordan coming in at number 3. She's currently sitting at 2nd. Number 2, Anthony had this name also, I believe, Lisa Lockhart. I've got her coming in 2nd. And first is going to be Brittany Positanazi at 1st. And I just think it's going to be tight. I think it's going to be good. I think, if horses feel good and if everything connects between rider and horse, I think it's up in the air, and a lot of different people could come in the top 3. But as of now, that's who I have.
Oh, the last event in NFR. It is a fan favorite for most people. The bull riding. My top 3, my 3rd place person, he's in 2nd right now, Kai Hamilton. He has done great in PBR, great in PRCA for a few years now. I think he'll be the 3rd best performer in those 10 days. He's currently in 2nd. I don't think he's going to move up at all in this event. It's going to be pretty hard to move up into that top 3 this year. Probably even that top 5. It's just going to be tough to break. And my 2nd place, Josh Frost. I think he'll be the 2nd best performer across these 10 days. He's currently in 3rd. I think he will keep that position. Like I said, it's going to be pretty hard to move in the bull riding this year. And so I think he'll keep that position. We talked to him at Cheyenne. It's great talking to him. He's a great person, great rider, great athlete. And I think he'll be the 2nd best across those 10 nights. And 1st best, I mentioned him as the 1st best in the saddle bronc riding, Stetson Wright. I'm going to say everything I said about him in the saddle bronc riding. I'll say it multiple times. He is he's going to be one of the greats across rodeo in his career. He's just got a lot of great things going for him. And he's been a great athlete, great person, great performer in these rodeos. These high-stakes rodeos. He's won all around a bunch. He's great in those high-stake rodeos. So, Dad, your top 3?
All right, in bull riding, similar. I have Sage Kimsey coming in at 3rd. And he, I believe, is going to be riding all season this year with PBR on the
Next year.
The season started, right. So he'll come in, I think, sometime after PBR. After NFR. Josh Frost is my 2nd. Again, I think Josh Frost is our best bet to be a competitor as all around. I'd love to see him get some time in on other events. He also does some riding for PBR. And my number 1 is Stetson Wright. He needs some competition is what he needs. So, but excited to see Stetson Wright have a chance at winning for the 10 nights in Vegas. So that's my bull riding. All right, so that was a lot of talking.
Yeah.
Not as long as we'll do when we do the live stream, but I guess we got to talk about this. Why don't you tell me who? Is there? Is something going to happen and there's going to be someone sneaking up and getting all around? I don't foresee it.
No. So all around is whoever wins the most money in all of the events combined. So just total monies for the year collected. And so Stetson is he has those 2 events. He finished in 1st in both of those. He is pretty much in the clear. I'm not going to say totally in the clear, but pretty much he's probably going to make it.
Yeah.
And win the all-around again.
I'm thinking he's, yeah. So, I don't know.
And then, So we do have other athletes trying to make a claim for the all-around. Josh Frost is one of them. You mentioned this earlier. And so Josh Frost, he is won that trophy for competing in timed events and rough stock events.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the name of that's called. Do you know?
I don't remember the name of it.
No, but he has competed in multiple events. He's not doing it as much as he does bull riding now. He does a lot of bull riding and not as much timed events, but he can perform in those events, and I'm looking forward to seeing him move up in those events and hopefully win an all-around someday.
That would be great. I think it's good for the sport. Well, thanks, Ant. This was fun.
And so we will once again be doing Performance 8 and 9 on December 8th and 9th. We will be live streaming a watch party of NFR. So hope to see you there.
I agree. Have fun. Be safe.